Hey guys, we're back. I'm here with.
What's up, guys? See,
So, we're going to talk about the loneliness issue going on and how disconnected not only our generation is, but millennials and our society in general, how disconnected we really are, how chronically online people are, and we're just going to have a discussion about that. As we can see, not just from the people around us saying this, but even the videos that pop up, and there's this repeated pattern of people always talking about, oh, the loneliness issue. Everybody's alone, and I don't have friends, and I have trouble making friends, and all that stuff. And I believe these people. I believe there is a growing issue of people wanting to isolate, or maybe not wanting to isolate, but feeling like that's their only choice because they don't trust people or they haven't found people that are trustworthy. They just have too much going on in their heads, and they don't have like faith in people, in people's ability to maintain friendships with them, or they don't even know where to start. So you guys understand what's going on, and I see it. I 100% see it. I see how disconnected people are. I see how hesitant people are, how afraid people are of offending others. People canceling plans, people saying they're too busy, walking away from people easily, and those things. And it is an issue because more and more we're gonna keep moving into this society where people are starting to just rely on AI and robots and that to meet their needs of friendship or of social connection rather than people, right? Rather than people, which are valuable. People are so valuable and we cannot be replaced. And it's sad that we're getting into this, and I thought, we're gonna get to a point where there's gonna be just like a couple or even just people alone in apartments with animals just alone and like bed rotting or just not doing much because they are. Let's just take away all the other stuff about how the environment is or the policies that we live under, but I'm talking even just others, like a very distrustful society, right? It almost seems like we're living in a society that doesn't even trust people anymore, like kind of like a low, starting to go to like a low trust society. And there's so much clashing at times of different beliefs, different opinions, different ways of living. And um, I think a lot of it's fear. People are afraid of getting hurt, and they just want to make plans with people. They want to have friends, but they're always getting rejected or flaked on or whatever you want to say. Like they're getting pushed away or they are not consistent enough. It's almost like they don't know how to maintain friendship. Like people don't know how to maintain friendships, and I see that, and I've experienced that. I've seen what that looks like firsthand at times as well. Because of what's been happening in my life and the changes I've tried to make in my life, I have made the decision to not really communicate much with other people. I think live streams are the biggest outlet of communication, as in, that's like the most social interaction I would be getting from like a group of people if we're not counting E and my family, stuff like that, because I don't feel the need to put myself out there anymore or try to make new friends or continue friendships that I used to have for many different reasons. I just don't feel too comfortable with that anymore. I don't feel like it makes sense for me anymore, and especially because of like how certain things ended up. I just don't have, I get stressed, I get overwhelmed with trying to maintain friendships, with trying to be there for people. I feel like it was just better if I got out of their lives, right? I've talked about this in previous videos. So yes, we do have a loneliness issue. Personally, I'm okay with the way I am, but I know a lot of people want friends and they feel so alone, and they don't know where to look, and it's all confusing, and they don't trust people are gonna keep and maintain this friendship with them, and people are closed off and they're too busy. It's just this whole thing, and I see it, and it's sad where we're going down.
honestly, the whole loneliness epidemic going on right now is much deeper than we think. People, or especially for some reason, guys will say they're lonely or they feel lonely because of having to feel like they need to perform or to fit in as well. I think a lot of us feel lost, honestly.
Yeah,
Uh, it's like you can be around people, talking, laughing, doing everything normal, and you still feel disconnected, right?
for
I
sure.
think but yeah, the loneliness epidemic is also about, you know, people feeling lost of who they are, their identity, and I definitely can understand that because there's probably people out there who see what's going on in this generation, and I just feel like they feel lonely because the right people they're not around the right people, It's hard to find genuine people out there, so I understand why people have this scarcity mindset where it's like, I can't find anyone who's has the same morals and values as me or has the same outlook in life as me, which can be the cause of why people feel lonely, right? Or disconnected. I've been realizing it's not always because there aren't people in your life. Uh, Sometimes you just don't fully feel like yourself.
That's very true, E. It shows another perspective of just people feeling like maybe they're losing their sense of self or wondering who they are because they're just a lot of their life is going towards their job, their school, taking care of their family, earning money, all that. It's like people are losing their sense of self, and
Yes, there is, and you know what it is. A lot of people, especially Gen Z, they're growing up, and this loneliness epidemic, it's a lot of younger folks. Yeah, older people have it too, but you have to understand that these are people who are still like, I'm still figuring myself out, right? I'm still figuring out where I fit in, what I actually want, and there's parts that just feel unclear, right?
right.
And a lot of the connections we come across feel like surface level, like
That's true. It's almost like people are
very
afraid of opening themselves up
exactly.
to others and showing their inner world. And it's true. And you'll see parents, like Gen X parents,
Mm-hmm.
telling their Gen Z young ones or even millennial of, oh, put yourself out there, go find a significant
I
other,
was
go
about
make
to
more friends. And it's
put
like,
I was about to say that everyone says put yourself out there, just be more social. But
mm-hmm.
what about the real issue? Is you don't feel grounded in who you yourself,
Or you're just
or
introverted and you're just
yeah, or
drained
you're
from
introverted.
people.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I try to say. Like, I know that I make videos and I go live and stuff, but and I'm sure E can relate. Like, we tend to feel like drained, and or we tend to kind of feel like just we want that peace and quiet, right? And it's just too. You know what it is too. I think it's also bracing. I think the other issue is bracing for something to happen, or bracing for somebody to need you for something, or bracing for people to have a problem, or bracing where you feel like now you got to step in and. It's almost like you're just anticipating something to happen as well. I think that's what it could be as well. I don't know. I think the bottom line is people are very disconnected from themselves or disconnected from other people, and it's like no one knows what to really do. And people like to say it's over and there's not much hope. And I think if you want to make friends and have social connections, you have to find people in like charitable settings, so community centers, churches, or other religious places. Um, Animal shelters, just somewhere where you can like help out in a humanitarian way. That was my idea, but I don't know if that's even gonna work. I don't know,
yeah.
maybe
Something that aligns with your values.
yeah, something that aligns with your values or sports. I think we have to also be more clear up front and communicate with people what our intentions are so it doesn't get misunderstood and later down the line people don't get hurt and start accusing other people of leading them on or lying to them. We just have to be honest what our intentions are up front and also to be willing to work with people and not just walk away so quickly if there's disagreements or something that happens. And I know that people also grow apart if they have families, like they have families, like they're married with kids, of course, but in this case in the video I don't think we're really talking about that as much. We're talking more just people that are either single or in relationships that feel alone. um I don't know, what do you guys think about this? I like hearing what you guys have to say in the comments, so let us know down below what you think about this, because honestly I just don't know, guys. It's okay to say I don't know. I don't know. I think just talking about it, maybe, I guess you guys say helps. I just can't say anything else. I mean, I feel like I'm part of it or part of the problem in a sense where I just don't really want to make friends. I don't really want to, I don't know. But that's just how it is life. Sometimes we have to go through healing phases and just kind of be more on our own and stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.